Yo guys, what's up again? It's Mr. Zell Miles here and welcome back of course to Zero FX channel. So one thing I can first tell you guys is if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So today we are going straight to the charts and I'm going to show you something amazing about the charts that I hope you grab something and use it wisely in order to improve the way you trade, okay? So let me get something. Let me get okay. Sorry, yeah, I think this could be an easy chart for me that I could use this color to really see the market. So welcome back, of course, to this channel, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So I'm going to explain to you everything about the market. And one thing that you have to put in mind is we zero traders, we only use price action to trade the Forex market. And don't forget that, guys, if you're not in my Telegram group, hey, go check the description there. Click the link and join my Telegram group. If you need more of my help, check the description. You'll get my WhatsApp there. Then you can WhatsApp me, okay? So let's go straight to the point. I'm not going to be talking much. We're just going to be talking about the charts straight away, okay? So the first number one thing that I always tell you guys is one thing which is very important is I want you to pay attention to every time frame, because I told you one thing, that every time frame is trying to communicate to you something. So we are taking an example of Euro USD, and even today we trade Euro USD. If you're part of my group, you would have seen that. So this is Euro USD. I want you to watch this, okay? I want you to know one thing. With the current economic crisis, there is a lot happening that you have to be very wise when you're trading, okay? Very wise and use proper risk management. Now, I want you to take a look in this Euro USD. This is the daily time frame. Okay, let's first go to the weekly time frame. Okay, this is the weekly time frame. You can see this is the weekly time frame. And sorry, this is the monthly time frame. Then we have also the weekly time frame. So, sorry for that. Let's check on this weekly, on this monthly time frame. Okay. Okay, now you can see that in the monthly time frame, we have reached our previous lows. Okay, previous lows. How many previous lows are these? Sorry for this. Let me bring this stuff here. I need to draw something for you guys. Okay, this is now price has reached the previous lows. It has touched that point. So many previous lows. You understand that? So many previous lows. How many touches? 1, 2, 3. I hope you can see the 3 touches. 1, 2, 3. 3 touches. You can see that. So what is that? This point will either be our support or resistance point. You understand? I told you one thing, guys, that you have to mark in your mind, that whenever you see price retesting to a certain point, it's trying to communicate to you something, that this point can either act as a strong support or a strong resistance point. Now, I want you to know one thing about the market also. When you're trading with high time frames and you see all these touches, okay, it's more stronger than when you're trading using lower time frames. You have to pay so much attention when you see this, okay? Now, what are we going to do? Since the reason why I'm saying this is our, like you see, if you could see this previous touch here, price respected this previous touch here and then moved up, okay? Now, it means this was the first resistance. This was the second resistance, because at first we also see this. Look at this. We also see this. This. 1 second resistance here. Then we are now in the third resistance. Let's see if price will break this price. But I doubt, because seems to be a strong resistance point. But of course, in trading, you just have to be flexible. Anything can happen in the markets. And I told you one thing, guys, trade what you see. Now, we are not seeing this. We are imagining this. Now, okay, we are seeing that, yes, price is next to that point of resistance in the monthly chart. Now, let's go to small time frames like weekly. It's not all that a small time frame, but it's still a big time frame. Now, see the weekly time frame. How many touches are we seeing here? Wow, this is so cool, man. We have this touch here, we have this touch here, and we have this touch here. And I want you to see the way price was respecting at this touch. See this rejection point, strong resistance point. See this. Oh my goodness. You could see a railway track here. You could see a star here, okay? At that point of resistance. Now, let's see what will happen here. Let's see what will happen here. Okay, so what will I do as Miles here? I'm expecting that, okay, we might have a bounce. We might have a bounce from this point, though we have a lot of volatility in the market, and so we have a lot of issues in pairs. But if price is really to even sell, to break this point, it has to first retrace, my brother. Yes, that is what I'm thinking. Okay, now let's go straight to the daily time frame, where I'm gonna explain to you majority of the stuff. That was just what we call a quick recap. I show you something small about the markets, and I will try to predict the future prices together. Now I want you to see this. Pay so much attention. Okay, I want you to look at this very, very well. This is the daily time frame. I want you to understand one thing, guys. Daily time frames are very powerful. This is where the money is, my brother. You just have to be patient. This is where the money is. So what am I going to do as Mr. Miles? Okay, we are going to mark. I told you one thing before you open a trade. Mark all your lower lows. Okay, let me say I'm going to start marking from this point. That is my lower low one. Okay, the reason why I started marking from this point is this is where I realized the structure of the market was broken. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. So if you look at this point here, these are peaks, higher highs. Then we have something like a flag here. Then it went back, but of course it's still respecting. Now, if you look at this, when you see price breaking this structure, because this is like a head and shoulder, not even like, oh, sorry for this. This is a head and a shoulder, a very perfect reversal pattern. Can I call it a pattern or can I call it a structure, as long as you understand it? Now, I want you to look at this. Top, 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 shoulders. Now, let's see where okay, let me demonstrate to you this. It's something like this. Okay, now let's see. This is the structure, all the structure. When any candle closes above this point, oh my God, the structure has been broken. Now look at this. Let me clear all the drawings. Look at where I've marked here. Okay, let me first erase this. Look at where I've marked here. Structure was broken. Very simple. Structure was broken. Now that's our first lower low. Second lower low. Okay. Third lower low. We are going to see what was happening. Oh my goodness. We are going to see what was happening in these time frames, man. Then this, another lower low. It only takes patience for that. Now see what Mr. Miles is doing here. I want you to open your eyes and understand this. Let's begin from this one. Okay. I am not gambling marking lower lows. I am marking every lower low the market is making. Now you have to understand one thing. I told you one thing, the market does not move straight. Okay. Now, once you see the direction of the market, we have what we call the impulse, because we are moving down. Correction. Correction is price moves the support to gain more strength to the previous point. How can I say? The previous lower low, then it moves down. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction. Maybe it can play like this, but we just need to be steady and know. Let me tell you one thing, as long as you know the direction, my friend, stick to the direction. That's why we say as traders is don't trade against the trend. It is foolish to trade against the trend. Let me tell you one thing, if you trade against the trend, it is foolish to trade against the trend. That is some of the mistakes that you should never make in trading. Trading against the trend, not understanding your risk management, it is foolishness to do that. You have to understand that. I'm sorry for that, but it is the reality, my brother. You have to help yourself. Yeah, these things are said every day, but you just don't practice them. Now you've seen what we have marked here. You could see the previous lower low here. Previous lower low here. Okay. You see price corrected up to the previous lower low. A correction up to the previous low. And then we have our strong support here. Okay. What was the significance? What could identify you that, hey man, we are sloping more down? Price reached the previous lower low, which is this point. We have a strong bearish candle here, okay? Then it moves down, breaking this lower low again. A correction with a strong rejection candle. See that? Trade what you see. Now, after seeing this rejection candle, what else are you going to wait for in the market? Prices at the previous lower low, okay? Trying to get extra support to move it down, and you could see this, a rejection candle. Look for sales, man. Look for sales. Now, let me show you something unique, okay? So what would I say here? Euro USD is now at a previous low. It has already formed its own lower low, because if you check on the high time frames, you could see I've drawn to you guys the resistance that I've showed you, whether it will break it to be the resistance or support. Now, I want you to understand one thing. Look at this, these corrections, okay? You have to understand, I told you always use high time frames, don't use small time frames, my brother, okay? Now, when price is next to that point, let's come to small time frames. Small time frames like H4. I want you to see what happened. Let's see where we marked all our lower lows in daily, and let's see what is happening, my brother. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening in the market? What is happening in the market? You see this significance to enter the trade. Okay, my charts might not all that go behind, because actually I'm focusing mainly on high time frames. I want you to understand high time frames, because right now where the money is on high time frames. Yes, the money is on high time frames. You understanding the market. Now, let me give you a trick. I want you to see, okay, like from here up to here. Okay, from here after your after, let's say after this lower low, then another lower low has been formed. Sorry, from here up to here. I want you to master this point here. There is a lot going to happen here. Okay, this point, I want you to see this point. It's a correction point. The same thing applies to here. Here up to here, correction points. So what am I trying to mean? You have to be very active when you see price next to these points, to these points, to these points. You have to be very active, very active. Again, if you're not in my trading group, VIP group, you can join the group if you want to be part of the team. Trade together as a team, ask questions the way you want. It will be cool for you. Okay, it will be cool for you. Okay. So what am I trying to mean again? I want you to see price from here up to here. Correction points. But where should you react from? Always look for entry points when price is at these points, next to these points, next to these points, next there. But why are we not making money in trading? Patience. Patience. You're not patient enough, my brother. Sometimes you need to wait and hold the trade for a long time before you can see money. Before you can see money. This game is all about patience and moving with the trend. But especially people don't want to be patient. You want to make quick money. That's why you won't be able to make money in trading. If you want to enjoy the business, learn to work on your patience and learn to work on your confidence. Okay, I'm going to answer another question. Someone asked me that, hey, Miles, can I quit my job and start trading Forex? Of course, the answer is big no. Why? Because have you gained the confidence in trading that you can know that I can trade for a living? If you haven't reached that point, then my brother, don't commit that. Don't make that big mistake. You regret. You only quit your job when you've seen that you're consistent in trading and you have confidence in the strategy and you really feel that you can survive on trading and make a lot extra more. Okay, that is when you can really feel you're good to go and you can trade Forex alone. Okay, you can trade Forex alone. Just like the way some of us do it. We don't have any jobs. We don't look for any jobs, but we are very fine. Okay, so now this is Euro USD. This is Euro USD. I hope you've understood something small, guys. I hope you've understood something small. So I want you to know, okay, before I close this, I was trying to say, in between these correction points, I want you to be looking for nice structures. Like when price reaches this point, look for nice structures, double tops, uh, double tops, bearish flag, bullish flag. If you still don't know about bullish flags, man, go check my old videos. Go watch them. Look for order blocks at these points. You get that? Because what happens here mainly is then price breaks. So let me give you an example. I want you to look at this. If you only sample this, so you see that these are our mean, I call them mean highs, because the reason why I call them mean highs is because it is not the real trend. It's just it's not the real trend. Okay, it's not the real trend. Like, how can I say, small high, like whatever. Okay, because it's not part of the real trend. It's just a correction. So what you're expecting like this high. You'll be expecting for price to retest to this point and breaks this high to confirm to you that, oh yes, I think it was a flag. We are moving extra down. So you're going to be looking for strong support points, strong market patterns at these points, next to these points. I gave you the secrets, so work on it. You get that? Work on it. Just like you could see here. The same thing. Now, when they say trade what you see, you're going to wait for price to break these points before you enter the trade, because that is trading what you see, and be patient in the trade. Now, let's try to check on another pair, JBP AUD. I love those pairs. Okay. So let me change this. Just a minute, Yeah. So I want you to look at this. This is H4. I'm going to daily time frame straight away. You've been seeing that the pairs have been falling a lot. So look at this. I want you to look at this. This is the daily time frame. It was kind of an obvious trade, but it only needed patience. Only it has been falling for a long time, and now people will be like, "Hey, it has been falling for a long time. I think we are going to start buying." Who told you? We have to wait until you see something before you think of buying. First of all, GBP AUD has to fall up to this point, up to the previous lows, before we think of something else, whether it will buy or it will sell. Why? If you look at the weekly charts, you could see that this is just a correction. Very open correction. Look at this. Correction, series of small, I call them mini highs. So what do I expect this? I expect JBP AUD to still fall. That is what I see up to this bottom before we think of otherwise, whether it will break this price or it will move up. But of course, if it breaks this point, my brother, the pairs are falling badly. Now, I want you to see this. So this is JBP AUD. That's the weekly chart. Yes, of course. This is a flag. You have to know between the bullish and the bearish flag. Flags are just like, they mean a continuation of a trend, and you have to know their characteristics, how you should differentiate them from the main trend. Okay, good. Now let's move on to maybe a small time frame. I know that some who, if you're scalping, I don't think these videos are cool for you, because I am not a scalper, bro. I get what I get, but at least I target some good pips. Sometimes the market can overplay until you just close your trade, as long as you entered at you had a small stop loss and a kind of wider take profits, because the market overplays. At least you only leave 30% of your market of your profits running. That is 70% you get off the market, for as long as you double your stop loss. That is what we call trading. You get that? So I want you to see this. Sorry. Nowadays, I love so high time frames, because that is where the money is. So one thing that I told you guys is, it's very obvious that it's the same repeating thing. Mark all your lower lows or your higher highs, depending on the trend that you're taking. And if the chart seems to be kind of very hard for you to understand, then don't trade it. Don't trade it. Market can never reverse unless it is either near the support or it's at the resistance level. That is why I told you this. A lot of people will be like, hey, Miles, how have you known that market is going to reach there? It's common sense that market will not just reverse from anywhere. It has to reverse from either these points where I've shown you. It has to happen. Whether you say, Miles, how about if it does not happen? I don't care. It has to happen. So market will either reverse from these points or it will break these points. It will always find a next support or resistance to either break or continue. You have to understand that. So today what I told you guys is I told you one thing that you have to make sure you master all your higher highs or lower lows and how you should use them in trading. I hope you're going to use this video and make it useful. Okay, don't just watch it and be like, if you don't understand, okay, if you have, okay, like I'll leave you with one thing. Make sure you leave your questions at the comment box so I can reply some. Yeah, I'll reply, not some. I'll reply every question. I'll reply every question. So make sure you ask every question that you want. Then those that are going to ask me mainly about prop farms, my Forex fund, don't go for any prop farm unless you have the confidence, because when you buy a prop farm account, an evaluation account, okay, I'll make that in the next video. I don't want to talk about it. Before the end of this week, I'll make again a video about all those things. So what did I say again? Focus on high time frames. Understand the structure of the market in high time frames. Be patient, be confident, and wait. Wait for your profits to accumulate. Don't cut them so early, my brother. Don't cut them so early. Don't cut them so early. So one thing I'll leave you with is, guys, don't forget, of course, subscribe. I don't know. I don't want to say that again. So if you want to be part of the trading group, you could be watching it, how it's moving. You could WhatsApp me, or you could check the admin contacts on Telegram. You could inbox them. They will guide you on how to join the group. So what I can say is, guys, let me wish you all the best and trade safe. Trade safe. Don't rush. Trading is risky. Even when you're depositing money, they say trading is risky. It's only risky for those who don't understand the risk and don't know how to manage the risk. But if you know how to manage the risk, trading is not risky. I wish you all the best, guys. See you next time in the next video. So I will stop this.